Hey guys, Tim Wilson UK here, and welcome back to round number 3 of the Carolina Classic at the club at Bulls Bay in the Challenge Circuit A Tour. This is the weekly event that I play. We're into round number 3. Not doing particularly well in this week's tournament. Currently sitting at 11 under par after a 5 under par first round, a 6 under par second round. So not doing incredibly well in relation to the rest of the field, but I am going to continue to do round 3 and round 4, record both of those rounds for you guys and post them up on YouTube. So that's obviously for the people that are watching this on YouTube. I am actually live streaming this on Twitch right now, but I do then post it up to YouTube afterwards. So for those of you that haven't been following the series, I've been doing this for a good few weeks now, so it's thoroughly enjoyable. I've had some rough and some smooth tournaments. I've finished in some top 10 positions, but I've also had some demotion strikes, which means I am falling down way below the acceptable line for this particular tour. So let's get this round underway. We've got a fairly decent wind blowing again today. It seems like that is par for the course. Excuse the pun. But let's get the round underway. Nevertheless, this is my bogey hole from the first round. I say my bogey hole in being that it was my hole that I didn't do particularly well in on the first round. I actually scored a double bogey on the very first hole, which put me on the back foot from the get-go. I managed to score a par on it when I played the second round, and I've actually underhit that quite dramatically, but it should be okay. 98%. I thought that was going to come up woefully short with that wind, but I did club up. So let's see if we can get this close. That is downhill, so I've got to be a little mindful of that because these greens are running quite fast. That needs to slow down, otherwise I could be in trouble on the first hole already. And I am in trouble on the first hole already. That's a bogey on the first hole, so almost mirroring. So I've had the not even the full range. It would be good to birdie it in the final round, but I've had a double bogey, I've had a par, and now I've had a bogey. So it's going to take me, unless I can get this straight back in other words, pick up a birdie on this second hole, it's going to put me on the back foot straight away. Can we get over that tree? This would be good if I could. I'm not entirely sure we'll get through that tree, but oh yes, we get over the top. I think that was all down to the wind. I did hit that 99% as well, but that should make this hole significantly shorter. Yeah, 184 yards. So I need to get this. I need a birdie here at least, at the very, very least. An eagle would be even better, but I think that is asking for a bit too much. That's going to leave me with an uphill putt for an eagle. Is that going to stop? No, it's going to roll back down the hill. Maybe not so much, but I think this is going to be very much uphill. 9 inches. A little bit of movement, not a lot. That should be within birdie range. Okay, so that's back to level par. So after 2 we're back to level. So on hole number 3 we're effectively starting from scratch. We have 135 yard par 3 with a absolutely humongous wind blowing in from the right, 13 miles an hour. And it would be good if this just landed on the green, let alone close to the flag. That should die quite quickly. Yeah, and that's going to leave me probably with another tough putt, but about 10 feet. 7 feet, slightly downhill. Okay, 2 birdies on the bounce. That's given me a 5 wood. We definitely want to try and take on some more of this hole. It's not an incredibly long par 4. So if I can get it 280 odd yards down the fairway, it's going to leave me a possibly an 8 or 7 iron into the green. 9 iron even better. Wind should really swing that ball back towards the flag. A little too long. I did notice there was a slight wind behind, but I was hoping it wasn't going to have too much of an effect, but it seems like it has. Let's see if we can knock this in the hole. Oof, nearly. That's a par. We'll take a par. Another short par 4, 415 yards. This ball should swing all the way back into the middle of the fairway, which it looks like it's doing. And that is all good. Once again, 134. It seems like this is becoming a little bit of a trend. Let's take some off of that. Did I hit that too far to the left? That's on. A little short and a little left. And a little hard. Oh no, that's going to be horrible coming back. Yep, that's a bogey. Oh man, I am having an absolute nightmare on this tournament. That's 2 birdies and 2 bogeys in 4 holes. 5 holes. So we must have a par in there somewhere. Yeah, two bogeys, 2 birdies, and a par. So not going along great, guys. And as I say, I will finish this tournament. I don't think that I'm going to be avoiding a demotion strike. I do have one already. I think I'm going to get my second one on this tournament. There are certain courses that I can play. There are certain other courses that I just can't play, and this seems to be one of those courses. I can't blame the wind because I normally play fairly well when the wind picks up. But yesterday on, I say yesterday on round number 2, I missed a hell of a lot of putts just going past the edge of the hole. So I think it's definitely my putting that's letting me down at the minute. And it is starting to frustrate me a little, but I just need to keep going. And these putts are just a little too long. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. See, that's always, anything over sort of 15 feet is always going to be, unless it's a completely flat green, is going to be a pretty difficult putt. But I'm just not leaving myself in good positions off the tee, so I've only got myself to blame. So we've got 182, that is, I've got to drop some off of that, otherwise it's going to just be too long. I'll see if I can get this 5-iron to actually slow down a little bit. Once again, I over allowed for the wind. Ball is going to swing round. What it could have done with being 10 feet shorter, and that would have ended up right near the hole. Again, sort of 16 feet. This is not the ideal distance for a putt that you want to be attempting for birdie. And there we go, just past the edge of the hole. And they do start to add up after a while, that you miss them over and over and over again. You can see I'm already on the 7th hole. In fact, I'm through 7 holes and I'm still level par. So again, not a fantastic round, but we keep plugging forward. Alright, 187, 184, 190. Oh, crumbs. That ball was way above my feet. I should have realised that. That's terrible. It's going to leave me about 4 feet. But not an easy... That's 7 feet. Not an easy 7 feet. But it's in nonetheless, and that was up and down for par. So still level par through 8 holes. So struggling a little bit here, guys. Really struggling a little bit. Right, that's 103 yards. Could do with one being right next to the hole and not spin back off the green. That'll do. That's going to be about, I was going to say it's going to be about 10 feet. That's 9 feet. And that's the first time I am under par since hole number 5. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. Yeah, there we go. Hole number 5 I was back to level, and I've just managed to get under par. So really going to have a tough job here trying to get any kind of decent score going. That's I'm going to keep positive. I'm going to keep plugging away and let's see what we can... It is what it is, and the score will be what it will be. I just need to keep playing as best I possibly can. I do know that I should actually slow down and play the game a little slower, but it wouldn't make for great viewing on YouTube, to be honest with you. If I played slower, we're talking 35-40 minutes around, and it just wouldn't be enjoyable to watch. I try and get these in at about 20-25 minutes at the most. I think most of them come in around about 23 minutes, so that for me is exactly where I want them to be. I don't want them to be any longer than that. And I play accordingly, and that was not great. Oh man. Alright, that's going to be a par on this par 5, and as I always say, a par on a par 5 is like giving a shot back, because it is not good. Even at 640 yards, you really should be getting a birdie on there. Should be getting it close within 3 shots. Right, got the wind right into my face here, which means that this is going to be coming up significantly shorter, about 260 yards. Wind behind, you could probably drive this green in one. Let's see what this does. We've got the wind into our face, but it's a pitch shot, and when you don't want it to bite, it bites. Oh, come on, man. Give me a break. Really? Jeez, I'm just not getting the brakes on this one at the minute. Absolutely rubbish chip as well. Thank God for that. That was just awful. That landed about 4 feet from the hole and then spun back off the green. Ah, man, oh man. At least I'm getting them 100% at the minute, which is always good. Wind was a little stronger than I thought, and I probably took a little too much off of it, but that's going to leave me about 12 feet again. 15 feet. It's that distance which makes it really, really tough. And that's in for par. What have we got here? Is this a par? I was going to say this can't be a par 3 because the flag is way down there. Right, let's aim this over these trees. The wind should bring it back into a playable area on the fairway. Yep, there we go. Fantastic. It is a par 5, but I've given myself a good opportunity here. It's not going to be, this is the hole where you just don't take it on. I'm going to come out this way. That's going to be absolutely spot on there. "71 yards into the wind with a pitch shot." Let's see if we can get this to slow down. And it did. So that's going to give me about 6 or 7 feet. 6 feet, bit of movement from the right. And 1 falls for us, so 2 under par. Got a couple of holes left, so let's see if we can add to that. It would be nice to score in the 60s. That's always going to be my go-to score. Always want to try and score in the 60s. Not always possible, but always like to try and score in the 60s. Oh, get in the hole. Oh, hit the flag. Little bit too much welly, but the line was absolutely perfect. Let's play this. That's alright. I'm getting a little more used to the chip shots. Where I actually am pitching on or chipping on and the green is, or the pin's above my feet. In other words, I'm chipping uphill. I don't tend to mind trying them. It's when it's downhill I just don't even attempt it, because it's a recipe for disaster, because you just end up going way past the flag, and if you put a little bit of loft on it, it just ends up coming woefully short. So it's too inconsistent for me to try regularly, but I do like to try every now and again, as I say, when I get those uphill shots. I'm hoping I didn't take too much off of that. I've got a feeling I have. Alright, yeah, I did take a little bit too much off of it. I thought I did as I hit it, but I couldn't stop myself once I'd committed. But that, yes, 3 under. Okay, get in there. Mind you, it's a little too much too late. We've only got 3 holes to play. I'm not sure whether we got a par 5 to finish, but let's see what we can do in these 3 holes. This is a fairly tough one because it's almost 500 yards and it's a par 4. Plus we have a headwind as well, so it's going to leave over 200 yards to the flag, as you can see. This is just about getting it on the green. Getting it close to the flag would be an absolute bonus, but just getting it on the green, that was absolutely spot on, and I couldn't have wished for much more than that. Oh, and another one. That was a bonus as well. So up to 4 under. So we're not a million miles away after a really, really slow start. Not a million miles away from where we were in round number 1 at 5 under par. Got a good bounce off the fringe, and that is going to leave me. That should turn a little bit more as well. That's going to leave me with about 10 feet. But I would imagine they're 10 feet that are downhill, and they are. Okay, 5 under par. So level with my first round score. Let's see if we can get one more on the 18th. Is it a par 5? No, it's not. It's a short par 3. Short par 4, sorry. Short par 4 playing 378 today. It's not an easy hole if I remember correctly. Need to make sure I get this in the short stuff. That's going to leave me about 100 yards to the flag. 120. 126, and it looks like the wind is blowing across and into. Have I given that enough beans? I'm not sure. Wow, short and right, so not a great approach there. Let's have a look at this. I think I am gonna just play this chip shot as it is, and I didn't allow enough for the turn. It was perfectly weighted. We're going to finish at 5 under par. Once again, not setting the world on fire. It's still under par. It's still in the 60s. I think it's a 71 this course, so that is a 66 if I'm not mistaken. So if nothing else, I'm consistent. I think I shot a 66, a 65, and a 66. I would imagine it's gonna leave me still down towards the bottom of the leaderboard, but nonetheless, it is in the bag. It is completed, and for those of you that are watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. If you would like to hit that thumbs up button, that like rating, that would be greatly appreciated. If you want to leave some comments, the box is down below. You know where to put them. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, then hit the subscription button in the bottom right hand corner. But until next time, guys, join me for round number 4 very, very shortly. Keep your eyes peeled for that and check out some of the other videos on the channel. Till next time, take care. Bye now.